Men først til USA sent i aftes, hvor en domstol altså besluttede, at den eneste fængslede i sagen, en sort dreng på 17 år, ikke kan løslades. Og det er et nederlag for den sorte borgerrettighedsbevægelse, hedder det.
Det var en håbefuld familie, der ankom til retsbygningen her i Louisiana.
I hope he come out standing tall just like he's standing.
All right, what's the future for him, do you know?
Big and better.
Den 17-årige Michael Bell er den eneste fængslede i sagen, der torsdag tiltrak 10.000 af demonstranter til den lille sydstatsby. Sagen handler om 6 unge sorte, der i første omgang risikerede lovens strengeste straf på 100 års fængsel for et banalt skoleslagsmål, hvor en hvid dreng blev slået ned. Siden er sigtelserne blevet reduceret kraftigt, og de 5 er på fri fod. Unge Bell sidder tilbage i fængslet, fordi han ikke kunne betale kautionen på $90.000. Han fik i juni en dom på 15 års fængsel. Dommen blev omstødt, og håbet var så, at han kunne løslades i dag. Men sådan skulle det ikke gå.
Mr. Bell had a very tight face, but it was clear when he came out to me that he hadn't gotten good news, and then he mentioned the fact that bail was denied.
Nu er spørgsmålet, hvordan USA's borgerrettighedsbevægelser reagerer.
Og nu er vi så gæster i studiet. Det er Mrs. Amelia Boynton, som er en af USA's fremmeste civilrettighedsforkæmpere for sorte. Og interviewet, som kommer til at foregå nu, det kommer til at foregå på engelsk. Og for de, som synes, det kan være svært at følge med, der må vi opfordre til at også kunne gense interviewet her. Det vil blive sendt senere på aftenen her på TV2 News i en tekstet version. Så nu altså interview på engelsk. So first of all, a warm welcome for you, Mrs. Amelia Boynton, and thank you for joining us here on TV2 News. The case about 6 young people who's been holding back in Louisiana these days. Thousands of people gather in protests against the court system in USA and the situation about black people contra white people. What does that tell you about the racism today in 2007?
That tells me that racism is well, alive, and is still running. There is no difference whatsoever in what is happening in Louisiana now and what happened in 1965. And the reason why, if you look at this and you see it and you look at what happened back there in 1965, it's the same thing, the same court, the same injustices in the court of justice, and it's no difference whatsoever. This isn't the only case. There's a case right there in Selma, Alabama that I went to the court only about 2 weeks ago. The same identical thing.
So it keeps on happening in the States?
It keeps on happening, not only in the States. It's happening everywhere, and it's getting worse. And the thing about it is there is a reason for everything.
We'll be back on the point of you saying that it's getting worse. Let's just have a short look back at some of the events that you personally have experienced. Look here, we have a little tape from these days. It's coming up here.
I have a dream today.
This is Dr. Martin Luther King holding his very famous speech, I must say, in the 1960s too. And you, Mrs. Boynton, have been fighting the anti-racism and civil rights for as long as 3 generations. You've worked together closely with Dr. Martin Luther King, and you started the fight for voting rights in Selma, Alabama, a fight which ended up in the dreadful Bloody Sunday, where 600 civil rights marchers were attacked by the state and local police. And we have also a still picture of you. I know it's coming up right here. A still picture of you from this particular day. It's you lying there unconscious on the Bloody Sunday. Many would think that you have been part of some of the worst fights against racism. But Mrs. Boynton, has the racism got worse or better, or is it the same today?
Today, racism is worse to me.
Why?
Because of all of these years supposedly educating people, supposedly seeing that justice in the courts would be implemented, but it isn't. That's what makes it worse, because we fought, and we fought for justice. And even the court says, okay, we believe that justice is the thing because the Constitution sees that every human being that is American citizen is able to enjoy liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and they don't get it. And that's one reason why I say it's worse. And another reason why it's worse is because the economy is worse than it was. And we just read the papers and we will see that the banks now are in a dither. The hedge funds have gotten to the place they've just about gone overboard. The people who have bought these millions of homes throughout the world, they are losing their homes. And it's going to get worse because the economy is going down and people are not going to starve to death without trying to feed their families. Consequently, you're going to have more people who are stealing, killing, robbing, and so forth. And we don't have sense enough to realize that we've got to do something about it. And we start by using justice for everybody.
But how is the economic situation connected to the racism part?
Well, let's take it like this. If you have a family, you have children, and they're hungry, and they need shoes to put on their feet, and you don't have a job, then what are you going to do? You're going out and try to find some food for those children to eat. And you may steal it. And then when you steal it, you are in trouble. You have broken the law. So this is what's going to happen, and this is what's happening even now, because people are out of jobs. And when it comes down to what happened in Louisiana, it isn't because of the fact that the boys were fighting or feuding, but the injustice is how you meter out. Justice is the thing.
How can we fight this situation? Through politics or through people's hearts?
Both are very important. Give people jobs. If you remember having read about FDR when he became president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, when he became president of the United States of America, everything was down. People were starving. The banks were failing. The people who had money in the banks would commit suicide. People had nothing to eat. And within a short length of time, he was able to have ordinary programs. But he said, everybody who is a human being who can do anything, we will see that you're able to work. If they were professional, they saw that they had jobs. If they were non-professional, whatever you want in life, we will train you to do that.
A short answer, because the time is running. I'm terribly sorry at last. Is the point from you that if we have the right economical growth or the right equalness economical, the racism will disappear too?
Indeed so. But in the meantime, it has to always start in the hearts of people. When we teach our children, like the Louisiana case, when we teach our children that you are superior because of the color of your skin, and that's all, you find that you plant that seed of discrimination, of hate. And when people hate, they have no room to love. So it will continue until people get to the place they replace hate with love.
And that must be the last word here. Thank you very much for joining us here. It was a pleasure to have you here as a guest. And I have to say too that people can meet Mrs. Boynton the 27th of September when she's visiting Frederiksberg. Interviewet her kan genses med engelske undertekster lidt senere på aftenen her på TV2 News. Om et øjeblik er vi klar med en vejrudsigt. Vi slutter af med billeder fra 1960'erne, fra perioden, hvor Dr. Martin Luther King og Mrs. Boynton altså var anførende i rettighedskampen.